Every morning, millions of people recite the exact same 40 lines of Awadi poetry. They chant it in traffic, in waiting rooms, and before exams to steady themselves and find courage. Verse 24 is highly specific about the practical application of these lines. It claims that uttering this name acts as an active repellent against ghosts, evil spirits, and nightmares. This raises a question. Why would these specific syllables generate that kind of internal confidence? What makes people feel protected when they say them? The 16th century poet Tulsidas did not write a simple song of praise. He constructed the Hanuman Chalisa as a piece of spiritual architecture. To find the source of its power, we have to look at its structure. The poem moves through a three-part progression designed to bridge the gap between human frailty and the divine. The first structural block focuses on visualization. The opening 7 verses are dedicated entirely to fixing a specific image of the deity, Hanuman, in the mind's eye. The text provides a list of physical anchors. You are told to see a figure with a brilliant golden hue, wearing earrings in his curly hair, holding a thunderbolt in one hand and a flag in the other. Modern worship mirrors these descriptions perfectly, resulting in monumental figures like this one that reflect the exact physical presence dictated by those early verses. By defining the exact shade of gold and the curve of the hair, Tulsidas moves the chanter from an abstract idea to a concrete mental presence. This first block serves a mechanical purpose. It anchors the chanter's attention, requiring a state of single-pointed concentration before moving forward. Once the image is locked in, the poem moves to the validation phase. Verses 8 through 20 provide the proof of concept by listing Hanuman's mythological achievements. The text immediately subjects that mental image to extreme shifts in scale. First, it describes him shrinking to a microscopic size to approach the captive Princess Sita undetected. Then, in the very next line, he expands into a terrifying, gigantic form to burn the entire city of Lanka to the ground. By verse 18, the scale becomes cosmic. He leaps thousands of miles through space to swallow the sun, having mistaken it for a sweet fruit. These verses function as a study in the defiance of physical limits. By moving through these extremes, the text demonstrates that the subject is not bound by the rules of the material world. It also highlights feats of impossible service, like reviving the wounded Lakshmana by carrying an entire mountain across the subcontinent. This section works as a cumulative argument. By stacking these feats, it convinces the chanter's rational mind that no obstacle is too difficult for this entity to overcome. Finally, we reach the activation phase. The poem pulls away from ancient history and focuses entirely on the chanter's present reality. Verse 21 defines his specific role in the cosmic hierarchy. Ram Duare Tum Rakvare. He is the gatekeeper. This sculpture represents the authority he guards. Lord Rama stands as the supreme king, and no one can reach him without the gatekeeper's permission. Because of his devotion, Mother Sita granted him the power to distribute the 8 mystical powers and the 9 wealths to anyone he chooses. This establishes a clear hierarchy. By earning the favor of the humble servant, the chanter gains the protection and the resources of the ultimate king. This final section transforms historical awe into personal utility. It gives the chanter a sense of direct jurisdiction over divine protection. The final verses transition from narrative to a direct if-then proposition. Tulsidas makes a mathematical promise. Whoever recites this text 100 times will be freed from the bondage of life and attain ultimate bliss. That promise requires no priest to mediate and no complex temple ritual to perform. It is a tool for self-directed salvation. This practice persists because it is highly personal, placing the responsibility and the reward entirely on the individual practitioner. For those who complete the ritual, the poem guarantees an internal shift, a shattering of the constraints of fear. The Hanuman Chalisa removes the requirement for an intermediary. It provides a structured progression that allows anyone, anywhere, to invoke supreme courage and conquer the demons in their own life.